I'm not alone. I'm not alone at all. Actually, my little brother with Big Brothers Big Sisters from way back is here getting to see me make all the mistakes that I make while recording. His name's Matthew. Say hi, Matthew. Hello, it is good to see you again. It's time for another Sunday build. It's kind of more like a Sunday modification to an existing project, but instead of explaining it, let's just jump right into it. So there's been this trailer kind of just sitting around for my entire life on our property, and a couple years back I decided to fix it up. I replaced the wheel bearings and seals and all kinds of stuff on it, and we're gonna build a quad trailer with some like utility to it. So first we're going to cut two 8-foot long sections of 1-inch square tubing for the top rails. The side rails total were about 20.5 inches per rail, and they stick up about 18 3/4 inches above the surface of the trailer. So we're going to tack the pieces down. We decided to tack down the sides first so we can adjust them to the top rail. And then we tack the top rail to the side rails. And everything's fully welded now. I did spray paint all of the welds so that they wouldn't rust. That's the easy part done, and I decided to make some ramps, so let's get into that. So I've cut out the pieces for the ramp. I have two 48-inch sections of 1-inch square tubing for each ramp. And then I have two different lengths of 1-inch square tubing for the ends of the ramp. The reason being, we are going to make a very ghetto-style hinge because I want to use stuff that I have laying around the house. So the front piece is going to be the width of the entire ramp, and the back piece is going to be the width of the entire ramp minus 2 inches. So what I ended up doing was I ended up tacking on the shorter end first, and then tacking on one of the middle pieces, because that's going to fit everything better that way. And then I adjusted each of the inner little pieces to fit. I tacked all those on, and then I fully welded everything before I added the last little end on the frame that we're going to put the hinge on. The reason being because I did the other ramp making the whole frame and trying to fit the pieces of 1/2-inch solid, and that just did not work out well at all. So this is much simpler and quicker. So I would have recorded me making the actual hinge for the ramp, but a big gust of wind took my camera and it smashed the screen in. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to use the camera or not, so I forwent the recording and just finished up the one hinge. And then wouldn't you know that I ran out of battery when I started to do the other hinge. So neither hinge is recorded. I'll just give you a look at it so you can kind of imagine what I did. And that's it. That is all for today. That's all for part 1. We still have to add the winch, which I already have. We need to put a battery box in there to where someone can't steal the battery. And I'd like to make an area for some gas cans and an air compressor maybe, and maybe a set of tools or a spare tire or something like that. I don't know. So we'll get to that eventually. Anyway, I got nothing else. As usual, you be good while I am gone, and I will see you next week. Have a good week.